Okay, Grandmasters, here's a quick tutorial on two very basic checkmates that all of you have to know. So the new students, especially the young ones, might be doing this for the first time, but all of the other WCA members should definitely know how to checkmate with two rooks and how to do a queen and king checkmate. Those are the two very, very basic checkmates that everybody should know. So here's a little tutorial. You can practice this, by the way, as much as you want during the week. How do we get there? Right now I'm logged into the friends section. So every friend that you see in your chesskid.com account is a WCA student. So you can be sure you know the person that you're playing one way or the other. You either know them as friends or you know where they go to chess school. Anyway, come into library, click it on, click workout. And you have to master the two rook mate. You see the green check mark? That means I've already done it here on this with this account. You guys click it on the two rook mate, and this is pretty easy. It's not easy if you've never seen it before, but it's actually easy once you get the hang of it. My idea when I do a two rook checkmate is I pick a part of the board that I want to push the king to. So for now, I'm going to push this king to the top of the board. If I get him to the top of the board and both of my rooks are working together, it's a very simple checkmate. Now, how to do that? Think in opposites. If you want to push the king up, don't let him go down. If you want to push the king to the right, don't let him go to the left. It's actually pretty simple. So if I want to push him up, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my rooks and I'm going to build a floor underneath the king that he can't cross. So wherever he goes, I'm then going to continue marching up the board and pushing him up. Now, he went to this line all by himself. You see the number 6? I want to push him up to 8. Well, if he's on 6, that means I don't want him to go to 5. So what should I do? I could put this rook here, but that would not be a good idea, because if I did that, you know what would happen. I would lose my rook. Can this rook do it? Yes, it can. So put this rook here. He can't come to 5. So now I'm going to try to get him to go up to 7. Well, he's doing it all by himself. He's making my job easy. So I can just put this rook here, and he's really making this easy for me. He went up to the top all by himself, except now I can't come here for checkmate because he'll take me. So here's a little trick. Put the rooks on the same line, wait for the king to move, and then I checkmate him, okay? Now, I want to do that again because that was pretty easy. The computer helped me out. So hopefully he won't be so nice to me this time, and he's usually not. Okay. So again, let's start with, let's put this rook here and see what the king does. Come on, king. Okay, this time he's making it a little harder. He didn't go up all by himself. So now we're going to make him go up. I don't want to lose this rook. So what I like to do, whenever the king attacks a rook of mine and I like where my rook is, I don't move it. I just take the other rook and I protect it and I wait for this king to move. If he goes up by himself, then I'll cut him off. If he stays on the 5th line like he did now, then I choose a rook, I check him, and I force him up to the 6th line. You guys see that, right? Okay. Now, where do I want to put this rook? I want to put it on the 6th to make him go up to the 7th. Is it a good idea now? Of course not, because the king will take the rook. So what's the trick? Put the rook on the same line as your rook, the other rook, and make this guy move. When he moves, he went up. Now, we didn't make him go up. He went up on his own. So now what we want to do is make the 6th rank off limits to the king. Which rook should we use? Hopefully you found this one. Okay, he went up on his own again, and now maybe cut him off. Should you play here for checkmate? No, you'll lose your rook. So what's the trick? Put the rooks on the same line, make the king move, and there is your checkmate. Got it? Click new game, and it'll take you back to, ooh, look at this, brains of steel. My mom would be so proud of me. I won something. Now, the second one that you have to do is the queen and king checkmate, and that's down here. Mating with a queen. Click her on, And this one is a little more difficult because you only have one power piece to work with, not two. Here's your king. You're going to need him. The first step in a queen and king checkmate is make a box that's smaller than the chessboard. So here's the whole chessboard, right? See what I'm doing with the mouse cursor? We're going to make it much smaller, and I'm going to come here. And what I did by doing that is I made this kind of mini chessboard that the king is trapped in. The computer's telling me, excellent, it liked my idea. Now, the way to win the queen and king checkmate is to force the king onto the frame of the board and then trap him there. And she can do this all by herself. And she does it by using this little trick called a knight's distance. You see what I did with my queen? If that were a knight, wouldn't that be check? Look at that. See? It looks like check. Remember, the king was here, right? That's a knight's distance away. And what that does is it really shrinks the box that the king was in. Now what to do? Copycat him until he touches the frame. So play another knight's distance. What did he do? He went from here to here. That's vertical, straight up. Do the same thing. Wait for him to touch the frame of the board. Let's see what he does. Okay, he went diagonal to the right. We go diagonal to the right. That's like southeast, right? What did he do? North. He went straight up. Go straight up. And now he has to touch the frame. Wherever he goes, I'm going to trap him on the frame that he touches. Okay, what did he do? He touched the top frame. So now I don't play a knight's distance move. I play this move, which is called a cutoff move. Now the king spends the rest of the game at the top of the board. My next plan is to put the queen right on top of the king. But if I do it now, he's going to take me. So guess who's going to help? Hey, wake up. Look at this king. What's he been doing the whole time? Nothing. Now we need the king. And you should see the plan right away. Come on, king. You only have one move. There you go. We're going to walk our king up so that our queen can land safely right on top of the king. Voila. There's the queen and king checkmate. Practice this 4,610 times. Okay? Well, you guys don't have to. Josh, you do. You guys all remember Josh, right? Okay. I'll see you Sunday.